Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. We're back inside today, but it's still going to be a fun baseball video for you guys. And today I thought of a pretty cool idea in my opinion. Ranking baseball positions, ranking every baseball position. And before we get into the video, I want to hear what position you play, and I want to hear your list of what you think the best positions are. And then after, let me know what you think of my list. And I'm just going to rank them from 1 to 9, what I think is the coolest position, and 9 is what I think is the lamest position. This isn't necessarily like based on like importance, but that will kind of be part of my ranking, but this is really just my opinion of like what I think is a cool position. So don't get too offended if I roast what position you play. But if you're number 1 and you play whatever position I rank, good for you. So let's start off with left field, and this one is actually relatable for me because I actually played left field in my JV years of baseball in high school. I played infield pretty much my whole career, and then JV, they moved me to the outfield, but I was starting, so I was pretty happy. I didn't care where I was playing as long as I was getting playing time. And I had never played outfield before, but I thought I did a pretty decent job. So for left field, I mean, it's not my favorite position on the baseball diamond. And then another funny thing is I always get left field and right field mixed up. Like if you're facing home plate, this is left field, this is right field. I'm kind of stupid, but I would always get them switched in my mind when I was younger, but now I finally got it down. But I think left field's pretty cool. You definitely get a lot of action because you hit, usually hitters are righties. You definitely face more righties in baseball. So the ball is going to come to you more if they pull. And then the other cool thing is if you get a ball hit out to you and there's a runner on third, you have a better shot at throwing the runner out at home than necessarily right field. But yeah, left field's pretty cool. It's not the best position, but it's definitely not the worst. I think I'll just put it around in the middle. I'll put it at 4 for now. I'll put left field at 4, but this can change a little bit depending on what I think of the other positions. Just moving randomly along here, next we'll go to second base. And I actually played a little bit of second base in my time as well. I always liked shortstop more. Shortstop's definitely the cooler position, but second base isn't too bad. And there's a lot of really cool second basemen in the MLB. Robinson Cano was an OG Yankee. He was really good until he got caught for steroids. But I always liked him, and I think second base is cool. You definitely can still make some really nice plays, but I think people kind of look down on it because they don't have to throw as far as the positions across the diamond. But second base is still pretty decent. So I think we'll move left field up to 5 and put second base at 4 for now, because second base is definitely somewhere in the middle. I will go to the catcher. I also played catcher. As you'll notice, I kind of played everywhere. But I think a lot of people always played different positions, at least in Little League. And then the older you get, you kind of find a position you like. But yeah, I always liked catcher. I mean, it's a really hard position, really hard on your legs because you're squatting all game. But I think most Little Leaguers, they just kind of sit on their butt. They don't really actually play the position right because they're too lazy. And then another funny story, I used to never wear a cup in Little League, and I feel like a lot of guys didn't wear cups. But I always felt like I should wear a cup when I played catcher. This may be going into a little too much detail, but let's just say I didn't have like the cup strap, so the cup was just dangling around in my baseball pants. Really weird baseball story, but funny related to the position of catcher. But catcher is definitely a really cool position. A lot of times catchers are like the power hitters, and they're definitely like the backbone of the team. And plus you gotta be really smart because you kind of call the pitches, and you gotta worry about runners stealing and pass balls. And catcher is a really important position. Not all of them call pitches anymore because now the pitchers have like the pitch call in their hat. They just click button or whatever, or something with, I forget exactly how it works, but the catchers don't usually do the calls anymore. But catcher's still really important, and I respect catchers, so I think I'll put them at 3. Okay, next up we got shortstop, and I think this is everyone's favorite position. It definitely was mine. As I mentioned, I used to play second base, but I always wanted to play short, and I did have some time there. And I mean, there's not much to say, but shortstop is just such a cool position. You gotta have a lot of range and a really good arm, and you can make a lot of flashy plays. I mean, there's not much to say because I think everyone loves shortstop. Turned into making flashy plays. Dirk Jeter was my favorite player, so that's why I love shortstop. And I just really love shortstop. I'll just keep saying it. We'll put shortstop at number 1. Next, we'll look at right field, and I feel like everyone forgets about right field. I don't really know anyone who wants to play right field. Like, I feel like most of the time it's someone who's not good enough to play center, so they get moved to right field. And if you're not facing a lot of lefties, you may not have a lot of balls hit to you, so you can kind of just clock out. But obviously in major leagues, it's a little more important. But in Little League and younger levels, right field's kind of a lame position. And sorry to hate on all you right fielders, but I think I'm gonna put you at 9 at the worst. Next, we'll look at third base. Third baseman always got to have a cannon of an arm, and it's called the hot corner for a reason. You get a lot of balls hit to you. A lot of times third basemen are very good power hitters, cleanup guys, at least in the MLB. I really like third base, and I think it's pretty important. So we're gonna do some rearranging here. We're gonna put third base at 4, and then move, I can't remember what I placed, move second to 5th, and then move, move left field to 6th. So third baseman definitely deserves to be higher up. And now we have center field. Center field is also a very important position, and I feel like if you play outfield, you want to play center field just because it's the coolest. You got to cover the most ground, and they usually make a lot of nice flashy plays because they're running all throughout the outfield. And usually center fielders are pretty speedy, get some stolen bases. I feel like center fielders are just all around good players, good fielders, and good baseball players just on the offensive end. So I'll put center field at 3rd right now, 3rd on the list. I think that's fair. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of losing track of where I ranked each one. I should have wrote it down. But we got 2 more positions left, pitcher and first base. I think this is where I'm going to change my mind and kind of redo my list here just so I have it all straight, because I think pitcher is probably one of the most important positions. I mean, pitchers determine so much about the game on defense. The only insult I can think of against pitchers is that usually they're just pitcher onlys, which means they don't hit because they can't. They're only good at pitching, so you can roast them there. But since pitching is such a skilled, hard position, I think we'll put pitchers at 2. So that brings me to the final position on this baseball position tier list, and that is first base. And this is where my list is going to switch around because I think first base is really important as well. First basemen usually are very big power hitters, and they're tall dudes. And it takes a lot of skill to play first base. You got to be able to scoop bad throws over to you, and you still have to be a good defensive player and just always heads up and alert. And your team usually expects a lot out of you on the offensive end. So we're gonna put first base at, I think we're gonna put it at 6th because it's definitely not as cool of a position as the other ones, but it still deserves its respect. And that's gonna switch my list around here. I got it written down now. So we're gonna go down the list from worst to first. So at 9th, we're gonna put right field. Sorry, right fielders, just no one really likes you. And then left field, even though I played it, I can't lie, it's not the most important position, and it's kind of lame. So I'll put left field at 8. And then at 7th, we'll have second base. Definitely still important, but not the most coveted infield position. Then we got first at 6th. And then third base at 5th. I think it's right in between. It's not the most important, it's not the worst. So that fits there. And then catcher, really important, 4th. Center field at 3rd, just really cool, flashy position. And then pitcher at 2nd, and shortstop gonna stay at 1st as the most important position in baseball. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, me ranking every baseball position. Sorry if I offended some of you. Let me know what position you are down in the comments, and let me know what your rankings are. And make sure to like the video and subscribe to never miss, because we're posting baseball videos every Saturday and even more during the week. So we'll see you next time. Peace.